Today when I was riding up to Kmart on the bus, the guy got on there by Wonder Lab, and then everybody on the bus started feeling sick. There was the woman with Down syndrome on the bus. I think she worked at Wendy's, and I don't know if she worked somewhere else over there. She started feeling real sick. And woman behind me had this look in her eye, and black guy in front of me was starting to look like he was starting to feel uncomfortable and sick. And anyway, when I was walking over to the bus station, I was looking at all the new, I read in the Herald Times before I left that they were planning another condominiums right next to CVS, and there's a new one going in, or like across from the bus station, and the one that they're about to finish there on the B line that has like the penthouse, and it looks like Frank Lloyd Wright design on one of the penthouses, stuff like that. And nothing says Jews down from Chicago like Frank Lloyd Wright. And up in Chicago, the Jews kind of rallied to have a lot of the public housing torn down, and then they never really replaced it, and then shit just went crazy. And it's like, we don't have anything to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with the people not having any place to live. And I think people, now that they've broke ground, I think people are pretty well committed to a series of investments and so forth. Most of the people living in here are not supposed to be here, especially in the singles. They're not qualified to live in federal housing, and it's kind of the way it is throughout most these places. And there's a wait list that's like crazy long in like St. Louis, Kansas City, Chicago, Indianapolis, and these are all in our region. And certain types of disabled people, like people who have been shot, people of different mental disabilities, without a lot of family, just have to be housed somewhere they can get care. Don't really have attachments to the places that they are. And at a certain point in the construction and completion of this development push here in Bloomington, all these people are going to be kicked out. And all those people from Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City are going to be moved in. And it'll be the disabled people. But the trend tends to be a certain kind of a withdrawal, certain kind of alienation that leads to other housing around here being put up for rent. And that will not be filled with disabled people. And so it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. It's not something that is going to be taking anybody who is entrenched in the community by any kind of surprise. It'll just be interesting to see how that goes.